Hi everyone. In this video, we will be talking about electric cars from a social informatics perspective. Electric cars, also known as EVs, have been around since the 1830s. The first electric car was developed and created in 1832, and by 1870s, electric cars were practical and viable ways to get around from point A to point B. Since then, electric cars have evolved tremendously. The Clean Air Act and Energy Policy Act were passed in 1990 and 1992 respectively. These laws pushed car makers to make more environmentally friendly cars. General Motors answered the call with their car called the EV1. This car had a range of 80 miles and a 0 to 60 time of 9 seconds, which is not too far off from today's gas-powered cars. They had to kill the production of that car because there was not enough demand due to the good economy and low gas prices at the time. That, and the fact that it costs just as much as a luxurious BMW 3 Series, put the odds of buying one very, very low. Since the EV1, there has been other electric hybrids and electric cars out there on the market, such as the Toyota Prius, Honda Insight, Nissan Leaf, Chevy Volt, and the Tesla Model S. The Tesla Model S is the electric car that is grabbing everyone's attention, including car enthusiasts, car companies, and gas companies. Not only can it rival the range of a standard car, it can look good doing it. It can reach its top speed of 155 miles per hour, go from 0 to 60 in 3.1 seconds, and have a range of up to 400 miles on a single charge. The announcement of this car has pushed so many other car makers to come out with their own version of EVs and create a sharing economy with lots of potential. Sharing economy in social informatics means to share tech resources so that different companies, individuals, and organizations can advance in innovation and make products more practical and useful. One way sharing economy works in this field is this. The Energy Department in the United States passed a Recovery Act where they invested $115 million to create a national EV charging infrastructure that would be able to charge all models of EVs through a standardized EV plug. Not only that, the Energy Department has invested in battery research and development to cut battery costs by 50% in the last 4 years, making them more powerful and efficient, which makes building EVs a whole lot cheaper. A third place, described by Ray Oldenburg, is a place that allows people to gather, interact, foster creativity, and have fun. Since the death of General Motors EV1, there has been a sort of cult following that can be considered a third place. There are many forums on the internet that discuss the EV1, such as ev1.org, which has the conspiracy of the discontinuation of EV1. There seems to be privacy concerns with electric vehicles. Nowadays, these cars record anything and everything about the way it's been driven, where it's going, speed, braking, acceleration, and whether or not the driver is wearing their seatbelt. They can also track the driver's GPS location, and their onboard computer can send data about the car's system to the car company. All in all, there seems to be more and more of a privacy concern with electric cars, if not all cars, nowadays than there was 10 years ago. Elon Musk, CEO of Tesla Motors, underwent an issue with the TV show called Top Gear, in which one of his EVs stopped working while being driven on the track. The reason being that it was out of battery power.
And this is basically where Top Gear falsely implied that the Tesla Roadster had run out of energy when they tested it, which it didn't. In fact, the whole vehicle is a detailed computer log, so we can see it. And then also when we dropped the car off, one of our guys happened to see a script sitting on the table. He'd already dropped the car off, and so reading through the script, and in the script the car breaks down. I'm like, wait a second, you wrote the script before we even gave you the car. So there's something wrong about that. And we wouldn't think it was. We were hoping it wouldn't be that bad, but then when we did the Tesla IPO roadshow, we just got one investor after another asking us why our car broke down in Top Gear, particularly in Europe. Every investor we met with in Europe asked us why our car broke down. I was like, well, this is ridiculous. So, and then to add salt to the wound, Top Gear just kept repeating that episode. So who knows how the lawsuit will go, but it's still working its way through the British courts. And our demands are pretty simple. It's just like, stop playing the episode where you falsely claim and we'll imply that our car broke down. There's no reason to do that.
The popularity of electric cars nowadays has gotten more and more people buying them. Almost 350,000 EVs on the road in the United States today. They are great alternatives to combustion engines because they don't require gasoline, and per mile it is cheaper to run than a gas engine. The paradox here is that it is cheaper to run than an electric car, but it can be argued that it's more harmful than a gas-powered engine because the electricity that is required to charge an EV most times comes from burning natural resources such as coal and natural gas.
In some ways, paradoxically, EVs are not as environmentally friendly. EVs benefit people who don't want to pay thousands of dollars in gas a year by cutting gas out of the equation. They may be paying a slight premium on the car initially, but they save money on driving in the long run because they don't have to pay at the pump. Traditional car companies now have to battle against EVs such as Tesla Motors because they're innovating cars and adding tech into the EV that people of the younger generation want. Tesla's website states that they collect personal information from its customers such as how the customer uses their car, how fast they go, how often they use it, and where they use it the most. The most immoral and unethical thing is that Tesla can share your personal information to social media networks such as Facebook and Twitter. This carries unethical consequences because those who have EVs from Tesla as well as social networks may have their information shared between the two companies. As the years advanced, the requirement for EVs to be on par with conventional gas-powered engines pushed EV car companies to come out with more technologically advanced cars. Taking a look at the EV1 from GM, the interior and exterior was far from sophisticated. Using premium materials in today's EVs, along with leaps and bounds in battery technology, electric cars have been able to keep up with society's demands and has allowed them to sell well. EV companies are looking to find the best materials at the lowest cost to keep profits high when selling to the market. Environmentalist interest levels are sparked by the electric cars' emission levels, as well as how they impact the Earth's environment. Consumers are looking for the features and aesthetics when it comes to cars, whether it be electric vehicles or conventional combustion ones. Gas and oil companies don't seem to like EVs because it drives away business from them, although the recent drop in gas prices has been in favor for the gas companies.
You know, it's important because transitioning from internal combustion to electric solves a lot of the world's worst problems. We fight wars over oil. We've never fought war over electricity, and we never will. You can make electricity from the sunlight falling on your house, from the wind blowing through the mountain passes, and you can run your home and your car on that renewable energy. That eliminates all the pollution from extracting, shipping, refining, distributing, and burning of oil.